When you are teaching beginners, which is whenever you start a new program, a new class, or you really have to make it fun. So you tell stories. After years of teaching the same thing over and over again, because only a small handful of kids go beyond, a few years experience, you learn. And I think what you're referring to is the figure eight like this, and we used to teach it as scooping ice cream on each side, chocolate and vanilla.
Chocolate ice cream in front and a big vat of vanilla ice cream on the other side.
Or whatever the flavors of choice were.
You scoop vanilla and you scoop the chocolate and you scoop vanilla, and that's basically like what we teach them when they're littler.
Scooping in the chocolate ice cream, scooping in the vanilla ice cream. I do that with my college girls. They think it's a stitch.
I'd like to pass on the same sorts of experiences to my students that I had when I was a twirler. Sometimes it's hard to do that because the number of participants in my program are fewer than it used to be when I was growing up, so maybe some of our opportunities are more limited, but I think that people are fascinated by the manipulation of the baton. When it's rolling around your body and you're not touching it with your hands at all, like how do you do that? That I think amazes people. We're going to stand up and turn our faces up. Good. Now our arms are going to go one at a time. Baton arm and free arm. All right. And now when you do that, you're going to loop. All right. Let's try it. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, here's my cat.
All right. That's all we have time for today.
So let's. Yeah.
My name is Tracey Johnson, and I'm the director of the Gangi Bay State Starters and also one of the coaches.
I want to remind you again, there's no flash photography allowed for NDTA rules.
My involvement for baton twirling has spanned from recreation at my youngest age to performance and competitive twirling. Like many children, I hated to practice, and the ultimatum came down one day. I was probably 8 years old. Well, you don't have to practice and you don't have to twirl. Clearly I'm still involved, and there's some love, obsession in my heart for baton twirling. There's a little bit of an age gap between my sisters and I. My two sisters were already twirling and had the Bay State Starters running when I was born. I had 3 mothers, is what I like to say.
18 years younger than me. They thought she was my baby.
And especially when it came to baton twirling. My mother would do my hair before the competition. One of my sisters would put my makeup on, and the other one would be running around getting my socks and sneakers.
Tracey was just adorable. She had little pigtails, and she was a very good twirler. She was also good at acrobatics.
When my sister and I stopped competing, she came along and she started, so it kept us involved on that level again. I first got involved with twirling when I was in the 2nd grade because I had an injury or something wrong with my feet.
It was childhood arthritis, and her rehab was supposed to be something where she would like marching or tap dancing or something.
So my mom got me involved in twirling.
I wanted to be just like her, so I started to take lessons with her.
And the rest is history.
Women that I run into will say, oh, I took baton lessons when I was a kid, and I figure out, well, it was one sister or the other that they took lessons from, because my oldest sister, Diane, also had started the recreation twirling program.
The Boston Parks and Recreation Department sent me to not always the nicest areas. I would be walking, up streets and down streets where I'm trying to find my car in the dark, and I'd have all my batons out just in case.